Do you fear the dark? Do you believe in ghosts? If I said no, I'd be lying. There's a shiver that runs down your spine when the lights go out, a prickle on your skin when you're alone in the quiet. We try to rationalize it, explain it away, but deep down, there's a part of us that can't help but wonder. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. If you love real horror stories, if you're looking for tales that will make your hair stand on end and your heart race, you're in the right place. The stories I share aren't just stories. They're fragments of fear, whispers of experiences that cling to you long after the lights come back on. Before we begin, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my chilling stories. Oh, and remember to turn on the notification bell to stay updated on new videos. Now, turn off the lights, get comfortable, and get ready. Because what I'll share today could happen to any of you. My name is Carla, and today I'll share a horror story from my youth. I remember it well because that summer my sister had started college. It was a big deal, a whole new chapter in her life. My parents couldn't have been prouder. Their daughter Diana was studying to become a doctor. Who wouldn't be proud? But before I go on, I should clarify, I wasn't jealous, not one bit. In fact, I was the happiest for Diana. It was one of her dreams, you see, to move away, become independent, make a real difference in the world. But her leaving home meant a challenge for me, one I didn't quite anticipate. You see, Diana and I were two halves of the same whole. We shared everything, from secrets whispered under the covers to clothes swapped from our shared closet. We even shared a room. For as long as I could remember, Diana was my constant companion, my built-in best friend. So, when she left for college, it wasn't just the excitement of a new chapter for her, it was the unsettling silence of a page turning for me. Many of you have siblings, and I bet some of you shared a room with them. I did my whole life. Growing up, Diana and I were inseparable. We had our little spats, of course, like any siblings do, but we always had a great relationship, so we never wanted to separate. Even when our parents renovated one of the rooms, turning it into a space just for us, with 2 separate beds, 2 desks, even 2 closets, we still preferred to share. It wasn't just habit, though habit played its part. It was the comfort of knowing someone was always there, the reassurance of her steady breathing at night, the muffled giggles over a shared joke late when we were supposed to be sleeping. Our room, a testament to our bond, filled with shared secrets and whispered dreams. But with Diana gone, the room became a stark reminder of her absence. The second bed, once a comforting presence, now stood cold and empty. But unlike my sister, I was afraid to sleep alone. I've always feared the dark. My parents said I'd get very nervous as soon as night fell when I was little. Over time, this phobia lessened, and I lived a normal life. But now, what would happen? I was 15. Not a little girl anymore, but the thought of facing the darkness alone filled me with a dread I couldn't shake. I remember that first night. The silence was deafening. I went to bed early, hoping exhaustion would be my ally, and tried reading to calm down. I curled up under the covers, my childhood bear tucked protectively under my arm, and tried to lose myself in the story. But the words swam before my eyes, meaningless and distant. Chapter 4. Sleepless Nights. I thought reading would help, but the moment I turned off the light, sleep wouldn't come. It was as if the darkness itself was a living thing, pressing in on me, suffocating me with its silence. I tossed and turned, the sheets tangled around my legs, my heart pounding in my ears. Every creak of the house, every rustle of leaves against the window, sent chills down my spine. I woke up with huge dark circles under my eyes, the sunlight a welcome relief. The next night I tried leaving a small light on, but it didn't help much. The shadows in the room seemed to twist and contort, taking on menacing shapes in my exhausted mind. Without light, I felt tense, listening for the slightest sound and imagining terrifying scenes. My imagination, once a source of comfort and entertainment, had become my worst enemy. Chapter 5. Overcoming Fear. It took time, but I slowly overcame my anxiety and fear of the dark. It was a gradual process, a slow reclaiming of my own space. I developed a routine to make things easier, exercising or drinking herbal tea before bed. The exhaustion from working out helped, and the warmth of the tea soothed my frayed nerves. I started small, leaving the door slightly ajar, letting in a sliver of light from the hallway. Then I graduated to turning off the bedside lamp, but leaving the overhead light on for a few minutes longer each night. I filled my room with things that brought me comfort: photos of Diana and my friends, a fluffy rug that felt soft under my feet, a lavender-scented candle that filled the air with a calming aroma. I was proud of myself. I'd conquered a big obstacle, but of course it couldn't be that easy. Everything changed when the new school year started. It was September. Chapter 6. The nightmares begin. Almost autumn, but still very hot. I slept with thin sheets. The air was thick and heavy, making it difficult to breathe. That night I had dinner as usual and went to bed. I remember feeling restless, my skin prickling with an unease I couldn't place. I tried to shake it off, attributing it to the heat, but deep down, a sense of foreboding settled over me. But that night the nightmares began, ones that still send shivers down my spine. They weren't the usual kind, the ones you wake up from with a gasp and a racing heart, but quickly forget. These nightmares were different. They were vivid, visceral, and they clung to me long after I woke up. In my dream, I was in our living room. Everything was dark, the furniture reduced to hulking shadows in the gloom. Chapter 7. The Dark Shadow. In the dream, I groped my way toward my room, my heart pounding in my chest. The air was thick with a strange, cloying scent, like something rotting. As I reached my room, I saw myself sleeping. The faint light of the lamp illuminated my face, highlighting the dark circles under my eyes. I stood in the doorway and watched myself. Have you ever seen yourself in a dream? It's a strange feeling, unsettling, like looking into a distorted mirror. Everything seemed calm, until I felt an intense cold. It emanated from behind me, a bone-chilling presence that seemed to suck the warmth right out of the air. A dark shadow appeared behind me, attacking me with eerie claws. I froze, paralyzed with fear as the shadow lunged at me with a creepy grin. I woke up screaming. I was drenched in sweat, my heart racing as if it would burst out of my chest. My breath came in ragged gasps, and my entire body trembled. It was morning, and I had to go to school. But what scared me most were the scratch marks on my arms, just like in the dream. 3 long, angry scratches, red and inflamed, marred my skin. How was this possible? I'd gone to sleep alone, hadn't I? The nightmares continued in the following days. Always the same. I'd see that creature attacking me as I slept and wake up with marks on my body. Each night the terror escalated. The scratches grew deeper, more numerous, appearing on my arms, my legs, even my face. The fear became a constant companion, a lead weight in my stomach that never went away. I stopped sleeping, afraid of what awaited me in the darkness. I told my parents, my voice trembling as I recounted the nightmares and showed them the marks on my body. They were worried, of course, but attributed it to stress and my fear of sleeping alone. I slept with my mom for a while, seeking comfort in her presence. She said I'd toss and talk in my sleep, but it didn't comfort me. Her words, meant to reassure, only fueled my fear. If I was talking in my sleep, what was I saying? What was I reliving in the darkness? Desperate for answers, my parents took me to see a doctor and a psychologist. They poked and prodded, asked me countless questions, but in the end their diagnoses were the same: stress, anxiety, a manifestation of my deepest fears. They gave me medication, hoping to calm my mind and chase away the shadows, and for a while it worked. The nightmares lessened, but never fully disappeared. Even now, years later, when I sleep alone and turn off the light, I feel a lump in my throat. A prickle of unease dances on my skin, and I can't shake the feeling that something is watching me from the shadows. The rational part of me knows it's just my imagination, a leftover from that terrifying time. But deep down, a primal fear lingers, a whisper of doubt that maybe, just maybe, the nightmares were more than just dreams. Because maybe that night I'll have a visitor. But this isn't the only horror story I'll share. Years ago, my friend Louisa experienced something even more disturbing. She lived in an old house inherited from her grandfather. The house was huge, with many rooms and hidden passages. Louisa always said she felt a presence, but didn't pay much attention, until one night, she heard footsteps in the hallway. Footsteps that shouldn't have been there. What do you think of these stories? Are they just nightmares? Figments of our imaginations? Or is there something more? Something darker lurking just beyond the veil of our reality? The answer, my friends, is up to you to decide. But as you turn on the lights and try to shake off the chills running down your spine, remember this. We are all haunted by our pasts, our fears, the shadows that linger in the corners of our minds. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever had a similar experience? What would you do if you found yourself face to face with the unexplainable? Until next time, sleep tight, if you can.